Senator Nicolas is calling the bill that was passed into law allowing for the refinancing of bonds illegal, and he says it could put the bonds at risk. The senator has asked the Attorney General to look into the matter.
Senator Nicolas called a press conference this afternoon to respond to accusations that he delayed bills that were introduced by Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. and instead introduced a similar piece of legislation of his own. Senator Rodriguez introduced bills 34 and 80, which would have allowed for the refinancing of some GovGuam bonds at a better interest rate in order to save millions of dollars. Both of these bills would have authorized the refinancing, raising of the debt ceiling, and would have allowed for the expenditure of the savings realized from this refinancing.
We can only do one thing in a bill. 2 GCA subsection 2108 has some clear language in the law that specifically says that bills considered or passed by the legislature or any of its members shall not contain more than one subject matter. This is in our local law.
Senator Nicolas says he could not move bills 34 and 80 forward because they did not comply with this law.
Gita came to me in June and asked me to be able to move some issue forward that would allow us to get these bonds refunded. It was at that time that I introduced Bill 130 that had the single issue on it, which was the refunding of the bonds.
So Nicolas's bill made it to the session floor, but was substituted with a version from Senator Rodriguez, which again contained more than one subject. Senator Rodriguez's bill authorized spending of the money saved from the refinancing of the bonds. This bill was passed by the legislature and signed into law by the governor. But now Senator Nicolas, who voted no on the measure, feels that this law could be illegal.
We need to have a very clear interpretation when it comes to these bond indentures, because this is a contract with bondholders in the hundreds of millions of dollars. And so this is way beyond the politics at this point. This has to do with the law.
Senator Nicolas transmitted a letter to the Attorney General's office today requesting her urgent attention to this concern.